Welcome back, everybody, to Santa Fe Fashion Week's YouTube channel. If we haven't met before, I'm Stephen Cuomo, executive producer of Santa Fe Fashion Week. I want to invite you back to another episode of Scene Studies. But before we get this party started, Netflix has got their studio here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And as you've noticed, their stock went down like 20% if you follow the stock market at all. And their subscriber rate has gone way down. And with that said, some shows have been cut. And so it'll be interesting to see what goes on here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. But then again, it goes back to the power of YouTube. Because again, you don't have to be on Netflix anymore to create your own videos, and it'll be interesting to see what goes on. But people are cutting the cable, they're cutting their bills, and they'll be interesting. But I am a big fan of Netflix. So with that said, we're going to turn the camera over to David. David will tell us what's going on in Scene Studies today. And I want to thank everybody. We just hit 1,500 subscribers, which that's pretty big for me, so I'm pretty excited. So please take a moment. Yes, thank you so much. And please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, be part of our community. Thank you so much.
Looks like as if it's table.
Yeah, let's do the box.
So you guys been rehearsing? Why not?
We did it on the phone.
Kind of.
Oh, yeah, nice. We can do this.
Kind of.
This is going so much out of my comfort zone, but I gotta do it.
So once you're set, for those of us, let's set the stage of what's going on here, please.
Okay, this is a scene from Twilight where Edward and Bella are talking. And in this particular restaurant, when he walks in, everybody sees him wearing just khakis and a regular shirt, but she can see what he's really wearing. She can see what he really is. So this, she sees, but the people in the restaurant, they don't see it. They just see a guy with khakis and a polo shirt, because he can control minds and stuff. He can read minds. And so what he's doing in the restaurant is kind of talking to her because he's kind of stalking her a little bit, but he's protecting her because these guys are going to try to attack her.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, and he's kind of admitting to her that he's really, like, I guess, attracted to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to do everything he can to, like, he can't stay away from her too much, but he also doesn't want to bite her because he can bite her neck and she'll become a vampire. And he doesn't want to quite turn her yet. That's later. So how would you explain it?
Have you seen the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that
It's
how you
accurate.
describe it?
Yeah, it's a love story basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a forbidden love, I guess.
Yeah.
Because she's human and he's a vampire, so there's
And
obviously.
it's also the wolf man that kind of wants her to.
Yeah,
Cool.
this is true.
Cool. So, do you want to do a cold read
Yeah, let's
first,
do a
or-
cold read because this is going out of my comfort zone and I'm nervous as hell right now.
It's good. It's good to get that heart racing a little bit. Okay, cool. So go ahead when you're ready.
So, how about some answers?
Well, yes, no, to get to the other side. The square root of 4, 5, 6, 5, 2, 3.
I didn't ask for the square root of pi.
You knew that?
How did you know where I was?
I didn't. What? Wait. Don't leave.
Were you following me?
I feel very protective of you.
So, is that a yes?
Yes, I followed you, and I tried to keep a safe distance. So you wouldn't know I was around, but then I heard, I was reading the minds of what those guys were thinking about doing to you.
Wait. You can read minds?
I can read everybody's mind in this restaurant. Dog, cat, sex, money, all except yours.
Why? What's wrong with me?
I just told you I could read minds and you think there's something wrong with you? I
But
don't... Oh, go ahead.
What is it?
I don't have the strength to stay away from you any longer.
Don't. Ready?
That's good.
Good. That's good. That's really good.
Okay, let's do it for real.
Okay, we're not gonna look at this. Okay.
You're not.
Can you make sure we look at the time? Okay.
And action.
So how about some answers?
1, 2, to get to the other side, the square root of 4, 5, 6, 2, 3.
I didn't ask for the square root of pi.
You knew that already?
How'd you know where I was?
I didn't. No, oh, wait. Don't leave.
Were you following me?
More or less, but I tried to keep a safe distance from you until I read their minds and what they were thinking about you. The monsters.
What do you mean you read their minds?
I'm highly protective of you. But I can read everybody's mind in this restaurant. Money, sex, Santa Fe Fashion Week, money, except yours. It's very, very frustrating.
Why? What's wrong with me?
I just told you I could read minds, and you think there's something wrong with you?
What is it?
I don't have the strength to stay away from you any longer.
Then don't.
It's good.
That was good.
Any
Oh, that was
Pointers?
good. I think we kind of went off script, but it worked.
Sorry, I laughed. I totally broke character.
I know, because I figured this was Santa Fe Fashion Week.
But it was awesome that he threw that in there.
Speaking of laughing, when you ask her, does she know the square root of pi or whatever the thing? Are you saying that? Is he saying that as a joke?
Yeah,
Or-
I'm kind of like joking with her and kind of like messing with her because she says she wants answers, so I just put out random answers, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I thought
I
you were
think-
saying it in like a shocked way. Like,
So I think maybe if there could be a little more humor injected into that, so you know that it's because it seems like almost pretty much on the same level for the
Yeah.
entire thing, but that particular moment in the scene seems to be a little bit lighter. So
Yeah.
try to make it a little bit lighter
Right,
so that
okay.
there's a little more dynamic
Okay.
range
do you want
to
to
the
use
scene.
for the numbers? I feel like it matters to be accurate.
Yes, no to get to the other side. Point. Well, yeah, I can do that. Yes, no to get to the other side and 0.1772. I'm not gonna remember all those numbers.
Oh.
Be the romantic charmer during that,
Okay,
that
okay.
part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Right. That's
yeah.
kind of the idea.
And then go
yeah.
back to the
The seriousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like, how would you know the square root of pi or?
Guess
Are
I'm
you-
just
are
really
you-
good at math.
No, is the character like really smart for some reason?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's
Yeah, Bella's smart.
smart.
And I think
Oh,
that's
okay.
one of the
That
reasons
would
he's kind of
prove-
attracted to her too.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would prove like you're smart because you would know that.
Yeah.
And like I joke with her, you knew that? Like, I'm
But I
smiling
mean,
at
he
her.
already knows that she knows that because he can read her mind.
Yeah.
So.
But he says he can't. Is
No, I
that
can't
right?
read your
Oh,
mind.
true.
I can't read your mind.
True that.
Because I go, everybody's mind but yours, and it's very frustrating.
True. So you would be kind of shocked, I guess.
Yeah. You want to try it again?
Yeah. Okay. So, how about some answers?
Yes, no, to get to the other side. And 1.772658.
I didn't want to know the square root of pi.
You knew that already?
How'd you know where I was?
I didn't. No, wait, please. Don't go away.
Were you following me?
I am very protective of you.
So, is that a yes?
Yeah, I followed you, but I tried to keep a safe distance. But when I read what those animals were thinking,
What do you mean when you heard what they were thinking? You can read minds.
I can read every single person in this restaurant. I can read their mind. Anime, fashion, military, writer, money, all except yours. It's really, really frustrating.
Why? What's wrong with me?
I just said I could read minds and you think there's something wrong with you.
What is it?
I don't have the strength to stay away from you any longer.
Then don't.
Very good.
Think much better what the rest of you guys think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Yeah, it was
It was good.
That's good.
definitely moved it up a notch
Okay.
or two.
Yeah, because
Like
it
that
is a
one.
little.
Yeah, it was.
So you wanted to, so you brought something, David?
Yes, this
You wanna
is
keep it?
from Celestina.
That was good
and
though.
Those of you who may not have been watching before, go back and watch his other videos so that you know what this story is about, because I don't want to repeat the whole thing. Other than the fact that Celestina is the main character. The other character in this scene is Tony. That's her uncle, who's become her surrogate father because her father had to go off to basically a mental institution. And so this scene is in the hospital. Tony, her uncle, is dying. And Celestina is with him. And for Celestina, there's a conflict going on. One, she loves Tony as a father because he's been her father, and she's concerned about his health and about him dying and leaving her alone. But she also is convinced that he knows where her father is, and her whole goal in life is to find her father again and be reunited with her. So that's what's going on with her. Tony loves her as a daughter, and because that's what she's been, and he's afraid of what's going to happen to her when he passes. But he's also afraid to tell her where her father is because of the condition his father is in the last time he saw him, and he doesn't want her to go and see, now that she's got this vision of who her father is, and then go and find someone who's just totally mentally been destroyed, which is a possibility that could be his state. So his conflict is, do I tell her or not, and what's going to happen to her when I'm gone? So those are the two perspectives that these characters have in the scene. So clearly you're going to be Celestina.
Okay.
Do
Who
we
wants
still
to
need
be
the whole box there? Do we still need the
No.
whole box?
No.
Right.
and who wants to be Tony for the first?
You guys
Ron,
ready? Go
Ron,
Good.
Thank you.
do you want to say anything?
Yeah, gotta read this real quick.
Did you want to do a dry read or cold read or
Yeah,
whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I probably look stupid on it. Yeah.
You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. Mom told me he got sick and had to go away to a special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? Did he go to the hospital? You know, I have a right to know. He's my dad after all. Is he still alive? You can tell me if he's dead. I am a big girl now.
Yes, you are a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's still alive? What happened to him? Did he get cured? Did he have an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
What do you mean, not that kind of sickness? What kind of sickness, Uncle? Uncle!
Okay. One note when he says he'd be proud of you, and you say, so he's still alive. do that a little bit quicker because
Yeah.
you've hit. He said you pick up on right away that he says he would be proud of you.
So
Not that
current
he
tense.
would have been proud of
Yeah.
you. He would be proud of you. Present tense.
Yeah.
Like he's still alive.
Okay.
And you pick up on that immediately.
Okay.
So your hope because up to this point
Yeah.
you're kind of pressing him.
Yeah.
He's being reluctant. You wanna know. You get frustrated when I have the right to know because he's not being cooperative.
Yeah.
But then you get that, you pick up on that glimmer of hope. But then, he doesn't want to really
Doesn't wanna
get
talk
into it. And then he doesn't die, but he passes out. But when it's actually
Oh,
filmed,
okay.
when the scene ends, the audience doesn't know if he dies or if he just goes to sleep.
Okay.
But that's how that ends.
Okay.
That scene ends.
So it's left ambiguous to the fate of the.
Well, then there'll be come back to the scene. It cuts to another scene, and then it'll cut back to this one fairly quickly, and then he'll open his eyes again, and this conversation continues.
Okay.
Okay.
For real?
Ready?
Action.
You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. Mom told me that he got sick and had to go away to a special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? Did he go to the hospital? You know, I have the right to know. He is my dad after all. And is he still alive? Like, you can tell me if he's dead. I mean, I am a big girl now.
Yes, you are a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's alive still? What happened to him? Did he get cured? Or did he have an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
Well, what kind of sickness was it? Uncle, what kind of sickness? Uncle?
Good.
Better?
Uncle!
Yes.
So I guess I'm a little confused. So he said he would be proud of you? I guess I
Yes, because if he was dead, he would have said he
Would
would have
have.
been proud of you, would have been proud of you. But he doesn't. He says he would be proud of you, which means implies he's still alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what she picks up on.
Okay.
What if he said he is proud of you? Would that be too much, you
That's
think?
that's too obvious.
Yeah, because
Too
he hasn't
long.
seen him in a long time.
Oh,
So
okay.
he wouldn't be referring to him. If he'd seen him a lot, he would probably say that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, and saying he would be proud of you is still present tense, not as strong as is, but given that he hasn't seen him for a long time, I think that's more likely he would say
Yeah.
that rather than
That sounds
his.
good.
And he doesn't know exactly what state he's in. So
Right.
that's kind of why he wants to protect her anyways.
Exactly.
That's why you're the writer. Cool.
So, like, when Tony closes his eyes, would you really, be upset, like, Uncle, like...
Well, I feel like
wants to
she
know?
would get concerned, right? Like, would she know?
She
he's
would,
passed away?
but if you're in a hospital, he's hooked up to stuff, so the pulse would still be going. You would see that he's still
You
breathing.
wanna- yeah, it's
The
probably
camera would only be showing his
yeah.
face, so the audience wouldn't see the monitors and see his chest moving. But you would, in the hospital would know he's still alive.
Yeah.
He just went to sleep and without answering your question, and that's frustrating
No.
Okay.
because you were hoping to get an answer right at that moment.
Okay.
But now you know that you're going to have to wait, and while you're waiting, then the feelings that come in are probably more go back to he's my father, right, my surrogate father, and then when he wakes up, then you go back to the
Crossing him.
no, you didn't answer my question type of thing, and
Tell me right
Now do it one more time and we'll switch it up a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, and so and action.
You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. You know, Mom told me that he got sick and had to go to a special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? I mean, did he go to the hospital? You know, I have the right to know. He is my dad after all. Is he still alive? I mean, you can tell me if he's dead. Like, I am a big girl. I can handle it.
Yeah, yes, you're a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's alive still? I mean, what happened to him? Did he get cured? Did he have an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
Well, what do you mean? What kind of sickness was it? Uncle, what kind of sickness was it? Uncle.
Can I see it? Any,
I started coughing, so I thought
Yeah, no, good way to bring that into the,
Yeah, I like that.
the scene, so. Yeah, I think that's,
that's good.
we good? Shyzir?
Alright.
Any pointers?
no, I think, there's kind of an ebb and flow of tension in the scene. Because at first you're trying to get, you're asking him politely, and then he's not answering, and then you up it a little bit,
Okay.
and then he makes a statement and gives you hope, and so that changes the emotion, and then he fades out, and that's then you're starting to wonder, am I ever going to get an answer? Is he going to wake up? He's alive now, but is he going to wake up? So you just find a way. Have you ever been in a situation, where you've been at someone's bedside and they're in a hospital and you have concern, just try to recall what those emotions are, and that's kind of the emotions that are going on under the surface here. But you have another agenda, right? You're trying to get this
Yeah.
information from him, but there's still that, he's your father basically, and there's
So I'm like
concern there.
entitled to know. Yeah.
And Tony is he's trying to be protective, and is concerned and clearly not feeling well, but he's thinking, when he's not answering, he knows he doesn't want you to meet your father if he's in a bad way, and so he's kind of I'm not going to tell her, but he's maybe questioning himself somewhat as, should I tell her? Or what?
Yeah.
But at the point he falls asleep, he still hasn't decided he's going to tell her. He thinks it's still the best thing to do is not to tell you, but he's worried about it. And then when the scene resumes, that starts to come out, and ultimately, he does decide that it's better for you to know, because he's not going to be around, and if there's a chance that your father is somehow recovered okay, and you get her, and you may never even find him anyway because he doesn't know exactly where he's at. So, in the end, he does tell you, and that sets off the chain. That's really where Celestina starts to her journey to becoming, overcoming her dependence on other people and becoming, an independent woman, someone who can take care of someone else. And that's where the journey starts. Is when, she finds out approximately where he's at.
Makes sense.
Okay. Sounds good.
So,
I want to go out my car and get something real quick.
Michael.
Go.
That's what's up.
Can we do a cold read real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Just 1 second. Okay.
You know where he is, don't you?
Ooh.
My dad. Mom told me that he got sick and had to go away to that special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That is true.
Well, what about all the rest of it? Did he go to the hospital? I have the right to know. He is my dad after all, and is he still alive, or is he dead? I am a big girl now.
Yes, you are indeed a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's alive? What happened to him? Did he get cured? Did he have an operation?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
What kind of sickness was it? Uncle, what kind of sickness was it? Uncle.
Don's in charge of camera.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You grab my copy. It's rolling, so whenever you're ready.
Ready?
Action.
Okay. You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. You know, I have the right to know. Oh, wait. Start over. My bad.
From the top?
Yeah, from top.
Take two.
You know where he is, don't you?
Ooh.
My dad. Mom told me that he got sick and had to go away to a special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? I mean, did he go to the hospital? You know, I have the right to know. He is my dad, and I mean, is he still alive? You know, you can tell me if he's dead. I am a big girl now.
Yes. You are indeed a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's still alive? What happened to him? I mean, did he get cured? Did he have an operation?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
Well, what kind of sickness was it? Uncle. Uncle. What kind of sickness was it? Uncle.
Good.
Good job.
Thank you. Ooh.
Any notes?
No, I think that was good.
Okay, I'll take a shot. Should I take a shot or you want to do it one more time? Yeah.
Oh, we can do it one
Yeah,
time.
do it one more time, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it one time.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Action?
You know where he is, don't you?
Ooh.
My dad. You know, Mom told me that he got sick and had to go to some special hospital. Is that true?
He did get really sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? I mean, did he go to the hospital? You know, I have the right to know. He is my dad, and is he still alive? Or, I mean, you can tell me if he's dead. I'm a big girl.
Yes, you are a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's still alive? I mean, what happened? Did he get cured, or did he have an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
Well, what kind of sickness was it? Uncle. Uncle. What kind of sickness was it? Uncle.
Cut.
Ooh. Done there
You know,
once.
I know, right?
it might be interesting.
He's like, nurse.
That Stephen says my dad, so maybe play that over the top a little bit, like, you know,
Sorry.
you know it's my dad. Come on, you know. That
My
type
dad.
of- you know, and then
Like sarcastic.
when she says I have the
Yeah, pretty
right to
much.
know, she wants to get mad, right? But she doesn't want to get mad at her uncle. So that line, that part of it there, just like you're trying to hold back the anger because you know you feel you really do have the right to know, but your uncle is dying in front of you, so you don't want to.
Like,
So you've
be
got
mad
that.
at him.
It's really going
Yeah.
back and forth of like trying to control that anger, but still getting your point across. So that particular part there can be, you know,
A little more
maybe
intense.
amp that up a little bit
Okay.
as well.
Deal.
But
Sounds good.
so
Okay.
yeah, just.
Yeah.
But as far as Tony's role isn't quite as challenging in this
Yeah.
scene, but he still has, you know, I think all of you guys are doing a good job with Tony because it's
Thank you.
plain, you know,
Amp it up.
that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, do it one more time.
Sure.
You know where he is, don't you?
Ooh.
My dad. You know, Mom said that he got really sick and had to go to some special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? I mean, did he go to the hospital? You know, I have the right to know. He is my dad, and is he still alive or? I mean, you can tell me if he's dead. I'm a big girl now.
Yes. You are a big girl. We'll be proud of you.
Wait, so is he still alive or what happened to him? Did he get cured or did he get an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
Well, what kind of sickness was it? Uncle. Uncle. What kind of sickness was it? Uncle.
Yeah.
Was I more mad? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's yeah, it's there and you know, always just bubbling on the surface, just really trying to control yourself. And I like the way you should probably put a little more space in between the sentences because you're trying to hold back.
Okay.
So, and you were doing that. So I think that's a good approach to
Sure.
that. Is like, you know, I right to know he's my dad after all, and then you catch yourself. It's like, is he still alive? You know, and then
Yeah, I
you
try to
know,
calm myself down.
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of, especially that, you know, I have the right to know he's my dad after all. That's probably the highest emotional sentence in the
Okay.
scene, and that's where you then kind of catch yourself like, oh wait a second, you know, that's
shouldn't
not
be
right.
talking
That's
like
not
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not right.
It's not
No.
his fault. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So Steve, you want to take over?
Yeah, Steve.
Want to give it a shot, young man?
All right. Happy?
Take a dying man out of his chair. That's pretty good.
Well, now you're the dying man.
Something you can relate to.
Off with you.
Move over. My turn.
So yeah, so we'll do a cold read.
Okay.
Awesome.
You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. You know, Mom said that he got really sick and had to go to some special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? I mean, did he go to the hospital? You know, I have the right to know. He is my dad. Is he still alive or you know, you can tell me if he's dead. I'm a big girl now.
Yes, you are a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's still alive? What happened to him? I mean, did he get an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
Well, what do you mean not that kind of sickness? Uncle, what kind of sickness? Uncle.
Good. Good. Yeah, that's,
For real.
What do you think, boss?
I think you did that. You have a right to
Better?
know really well. Yeah, that was, you know.
I was feeling your pain. All right, so let's try it again.
You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. You know, Mom said that he got really sick and had to go away to some special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? Did he go to the hospital? You know, I have the right to know. He is my dad. I mean, is he still alive or I mean, you can tell me if he's dead. I am a big girl now.
Yes, you are a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's still alive? What happened? Did he get cured or did he have an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
Well, what do you mean it wasn't that kind of sickness? Uncle. Uncle. What happened? Uncle.
Come back to life.
Come back
So
to life.
Tony says that he did get sick. That's true. He's hoping that that puts this whole conversation to an
To
end.
bed.
So when he says, yeah, he did get sick, that's true. And you're hoping that she doesn't ask another question, that it ends right there. But of course it doesn't.
Because Celestina just keeps
Yeah.
Pushing. You just won't
thorn
let it
in
go.
your
It's a
side.
thorn in my-
Yes, yes.
Was
I took
Celestina
it.
the scene we did where she was in the psychiatrist
Yes,
office? And
yes.
She's the bugs?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's straight in this scene.
Okay.
She's not.
She's not using.
She's not.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's try it one more time, and then we'll put Tom back in. Okay, Tom. We'll put you in after me.
Sure.
I'll do it one more time.
Okay.
You say one. Hold on.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Go.
Yeah. You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. You know, Mom said that he got really sick and had to go away to some special hospital. Is that true?
You did get sick. That's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? I mean, did he go to the hospital? You know, I have the right to know. He is my dad, and I mean, is he still alive, or you can tell me if he's dead. I'm a big girl now.
Yes, you are a big girl. He would be proud of you.
So he's still alive? Did he get cured? Did he have an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
What do you mean it wasn't that kind of sickness? Uncle. What do you mean? Uncle.
Don't go to the light.
Don't.
So I'm just asking a question that you think that Tony would have faked going to sleep just to avoid answering the questions?
I know I would.
I feel like her paranoia would think that. Because she's gonna have residual paranoia from that.
So what
But-
would she do if she thinks that he's faking going to sleep? What do you think that character would do?
Honestly, I feel like she would roll her eyes and be like, Uncle.
Or push it or shove a little harder. I know you're not sleeping. The timing is perfect. The
Yeah.
timing is perfect.
Or like kind of just be like, really? Like now? Oh.
All times.
Maybe she would
Like,
go
she
get a
understands
shot.
his
So would you? I mean,
sick humor.
would you think that Tony's character that he would actually do something like that?
I don't think in this instance. Like, I think to mess with her and be playful any other time, but I think he understands like how serious this is for her. So no, I don't think so.
Go on. Right, Tom?
Is he faking? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that was a good question. It just came to me. You write these scenes and then you see them acted out, and other questions and things start coming
Yeah.
into your head as a writer, and it's like, well, is he
Could
faking
lighten
this?
it that
I
way,
never
I
thought about that, but
Well, yeah, but I think that's
I
a good
think,
point.
you know,
It's too serious for him.
yes,
Just,
yeah.
Yeah,
So
and-
that answers that question. But it's as a writer and even as an actress, I mean, you need to explore all those avenues. Is that
Yeah.
a different way to play it? Is that valid? So you just then ask yourself about the questions about the characters and whether they do that or not. So always trying to, when those questions come up, ask them
Yeah.
because they could lead to something, or they just may confirm that what's there is the right thing. So
Yeah,
Good stuff.
it is.
You ready, Tom?
Okay.
Action.
You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. Mom said that he got really sick and had to go away to some special hospital. Is that true?
Yeah, he did get sick, that's true.
Well, what about the rest of it? Did he go to the hospital? I have the right to know. He's my dad.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, is he still alive, or you can tell me if he's dead? I'm a big girl now.
Yes, you are. You're a big girl, and he would be proud of you.
So he's still alive? Did he get cured, or did he get an operation or something?
It wasn't that kind of sickness.
Well, what kind of sickness was it? Uncle. What kind of sickness was it? Uncle.
This is great because we've had 4 different interpretations of Tony's role, and you've all played it slightly differently, which is really great because it's, you know, you're each bringing something different to it, and it's really cool to watch. It's really cool to watch that. Let's do it again. Yeah.
Did you bring something else after this, or?
No, this is
This is-
everything else. I think we've already done.
All right, cool.
You know where he is, don't you?
Who?
My dad. You know, Mom said that he got really sick and had to go away to some special hospital. Is that true?
He did get sick. That's true.
What about the rest of it? Did he go to the hospital? I have the right to know. He's my dad. I mean, is he still alive, or you can tell me if he's dead. I'm a big girl now.
Yes, you are. You are a big girl, and he would be proud of you.
So he's still alive. Did he get cured, or did he have an operation or something?
It wasn't that type of sickness.
What type of sickness was it? Uncle. Uncle. What type of sickness was it? Uncle.
That was good.
Good.
Yeah.
I love Celestina.
Uncle.
Every time you bring in her writings. I mean her story.
Yeah.
Is that a wrap?
I think that's a wrap. That was really good.
All right, so let's do photos. That's a wrap.
Sorry.
Cool.
I like bent